of. It's the evil and the ugliness of people's hearts these days is everywhere.
This is Franky Rose's Think Tank. Here's your host, Franky Rose.
Oh, there we go. Hey guys, welcome to the Think Tank. It's really good to see you all. Yeah, I'm kind of reading the chat here. There's that search that they're doing today. Sounds like it was pretty damn big. And I don't know, I'm looking forward to seeing. I've got some stuff set up that I haven't seen. So I enjoy that, seeing this stuff with you so we can all react at the same time. It's just like, whoa. So there's a press conference. I want to take a look at that. JLR's got some stuff out. I want to look at that. And United Cajun Navy. It's just like, what the hell? So yeah, really good to see you all. So I'm going to, I'll put me over here. So I don't know about this. Yeah, I'll see if I can make myself smaller. So yeah, let's see here. I'm going to take a look at this to start off. So it says, we are committed to leaving no stone unturned. Search for Sebastian Rogers continues. Just wow. It's been over a month now. It's just like, oh my God, where is this kid? Okay, we're at the hide the volume now.
DDOCK, and I'm the Chief Deputy at the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. I'll be joined today by Susan Nyland, SUSAN, NILAND, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. She's the PIM. I also have with me Sumner County Emergency Management Director Ken Widener, KENWEIDNER. You guys ready? All right. Good morning. I'm Eric Craddock with Sumner County Sheriff's Office, and we're going to come to you today with an update on the Sebastian Rogers case. Sebastian has been missing since late February. The investigation remains ongoing with steadfast support from the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, and many other local and federal resources. We are exploring every lead that comes in and every tip that comes in. As I said before, the investigation remains ongoing. The entire community is deeply saddened by what has occurred. We're all extremely concerned for Sebastian's welfare. I want to encourage the community to stay vigilant, to report anything that they think may be of some significance to the investigation, no matter how minute it may appear to be to you. Please call 1-800-TBI-5. Find with any tips, or the Sumner County Emergency Communications Center at 615-451-3838. We understand the anxiety and the concern that this case has caused in the community. We too share the anxiety and concern for Sebastian. I want to reiterate that we are doing everything we can.
Did you guys not hear that? Okay, I'm confused. Yeah, I got rid of the troll. Now I'm curious what's going on. Breaking up. Can you hear me now? And can you hear the feed? Hello. Okay, I'm going to turn this on. And if you can't hear me, or if you can't hear this, just let me know. Can hear you, just couldn't hear the feed. Okay, so let me know because it's very low. The guy's not talking loud. So if you still can't hear it, let me know.
To find Sebastian and bring him home. Despite the passage of time, the commitment to finding Sebastian remains unwavering. I said this when we scaled the search back. Our commitment to finding Sebastian remains. We will continue to investigate every possible lead that comes in. The Summary County Sheriff's Office wants to express our gratitude to the community and the many individuals who have helped in the search, the many individuals who have called in tips, the many individuals who have printed flyers and kept Sebastian's face in the news. Nothing would make me happier than to wake up tomorrow morning with a tip that cracks this case wide open and we find Sebastian and bring him home. At this time, I'll turn it over to Susan Allen from the TBI.
Thank you, WG. Hi, good morning. Thanks for being here. We know how invested everybody is in the search for Sebastian, in finding out what happened to him and bringing him home. And we want to let everybody know he has not been forgotten. Nobody's forgotten about him. Nobody has given up looking for him. At the beginning of this investigation, there was a large land search for him. It was very visible. There were also waterways, lakes, ponds that were searched. There were aerial searches with helicopters and drones and fixed wing planes. They were done at night. They were done on weekends. They were done during the day. That was very visible, and it was something everybody was able to see. But we want to let you know that even though there is not that high visibility in investigating this case, that we are not done. It's gone back to.
Oh, my word. What the heck is going on? Do you think the mother and her husband, the Proudfoots, do you think there's a possibility that they've done something? Or that maybe he was hurt and they did something? I don't know. This case, guys, oh my God, it rips my heart out.
What could be considered good old-fashioned police work. Interviewing individuals, re-interviewing individuals, checking out leads, rechecking leads. We have been working with other law enforcement agencies who have had, in other jurisdictions, who have perhaps had some complex cases of their own that they have worked on to get tips from them. We have had, this day of technology with everyone having cell phones and doorbells and ring bells and surveillance cameras. That, as you can imagine, has been a bit of a chore to be able to collect all those and then review them. It's important so we know what's out there. We have been reviewing that, reviewing it again.
So this is just possibly rumor, but has anybody heard or read or anything that the Proudfoots have put their house on the market? I was kind of looking for it, and I've heard it from a few people now, so now I'm curious.
We have had other agencies involved. The FBI has been helpful in that. Secret Service has also been helpful in that. So we are just trying to do whatever we can to advance the investigation. It has not gone to a place where anybody has forgotten about him or is not pursuing this. The parents have been cooperative throughout. At the beginning of the investigation, they have pretty much done whatever law enforcement has asked of them. At this point, we don't have any evidence. There is not any kind of an indication that there is a criminal element involved. But we are keeping options open. We don't know what has happened. We don't know where Sebastian is right now. So we are pursuing any and all avenues. We do want to caution there are some social media elements out there who purport to have information that is direct from the investigation. I just want to reiterate that is not the case. Some of the information that is being provided on some of the social media channels is inaccurate, incomplete.
So it's really funny because right away it gets into social media. And there's some really good content creators out there. You can't throw everybody, put us all in one group and throw us out there. Like, I'm nothing like Bullfrog. Are you kidding me?
We don't want this to damage the investigation. So we would just caution anyone who is following the case to just use some caution as to what you see and what you believe. It's caused a bit of a distraction because a lot of what has been out there in some of the social media channels has been rumors and speculations and theories, and some of that has been advanced and people have caught a hold of it as if it's what's really happening. That has resulted in us getting information that is either, like I said, distracting. It's taking away time and effort from what the agencies need to be doing as far as looking for Sebastian. We have had so far, as of this morning, 314 tips that have come in through the tip line. It's been mentioned, but I'll say it again. It's 1-800-TBI-FIND. We are also taking tips through email, which is tips to TBI, TBI.
So what's interesting is they are saying, yeah, they've been cooperating, but not once have I heard yet that they've been cleared. All they say is they're cooperating. So I don't know. I don't know. It's so bizarre when all of us, like, as a group with all different, we all come from different places and what have you, and different experiences, and we are like zooming in on them. And we're not being mean about it. It's not just to blame them. It's just, what the hell?
At tbi.tn.gov. What's next? We want people, as Chief Deputy said, to continue to remain vigilant, get Sebastian's picture out there, continue to share his picture, his information. Now that it's getting to be nicer, well, not today with the weather, but now that the weather has turned warmer, people may be more inclined to be in their yards. If you go out and see anything that looks different, let us know. Something where perhaps a teenager could have hidden. If you have a large amount of property in the area, or something that has any kind of holes or unstable footing or ledges.
And as we're listening to all this, absolutely, I understand why people should constantly be checking, because if he's out there, he's on the move, if he's on his own. But are they concentrating on these parents at all? Are they looking over there and this is just like a distraction basically for the Proudfoots? Do you think what do you think their actual thoughts are about what's been going on with that mess?
Is where a teen could have gone to hide or to play. And you don't feel comfortable checking it out, let us know. We'll get somebody from law enforcement to go out there with you, or to check it out themselves. We just want to make sure that every stone is unturned, that there's no stone left unturned, that we want people to make sure that we are looking everywhere we can. We do want to continue to get the tips, but please don't provide information that you might have seen through social media channels. If you have information about Sebastian,
please say end on the regular news, because half the time that's where social media is looking. It's like, back off.
conversation
Doesn't mean we're believing, though.
you might have had with him, things he likes to do, places he liked to go, any people he may have mentioned that are in his life, that could be helpful in finding out maybe what he was interested in. Finally, we want to thank the community. We want to thank the media. You guys have been really good about keeping his name in the public's eye. That's really important. And thank you for your diligence in providing that information out there. And as Chief Deputy said, we also want to thank the community from the very first day, everybody has really been all in as far as whatever they can do to help in the search, to help pass information on, providing water for the teams that were out conducting the ground searches. So thank you again.
Yeah, thank you again to... No. I'm tired of listening to that woman. Let's see if there's anything in here. Okay. Authorities announce the continuing efforts. Do we have sound? We do. Okay. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office, along with other law enforcement agencies, is still searching for Sebastian Rogers, a missing 15-year-old boy with autism. Authorities announced the continuing efforts, insisting all agencies involved are committed to finding the missing teenager from Hendersonville. A multi-day 200-person search by authorities and experts from across Tennessee is not related to any new evidence or tips, according to Sumner County Sheriff Sonny Weatherford. Authorities are searching areas that have already been searched to make sure no stone goes unturned. It is in its mission to locate Sebastian. We are committed to leaving no stone unturned in our mission to locate Sebastian and bring him home safely, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office said. Oofda. I'm worried about that kid. I'm worried about that kid. So, the United Cajun Navy, did they give up? Like, where the hell? Does anybody know how many days they actually searched? Does anybody know? Oh, my word. I'm not trying to... Sorry, I'm putting these out of the way for the dogs. What the hell? They came there. This is just my opinion, and I've always got some kind of an opinion, right? They came there. They stopped the searches. I never seen them anywhere. And all the different things that I've seen. Have you guys? Did you guys ever see United Cajun Navy out there searching? One day it was like, okay, we need to get our groups figured out, so we won't be there tomorrow. And then a couple days, possibly the next day, it was like, oh, it's raining out, so no, search off. And then later that evening, there was some guy with a drone flying it around that area. It was blue skies. It's like, oh my God. And now they're saying that social media is bothering him. Well, from anything I've heard, there is no social media going after them. What I have heard is that residents don't seem to like them a lot. So I don't know. I'll be very curious to see what JLR has to say about this. Let's check it out.
JLR investigates. JLR investigates. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday. The search for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers continues. Come on in. 3/29/2024. It's been almost 5 weeks now. He has still not been found. Where is Sebastian? Hendersonville, Tennessee. Vanished around, we'll say 25th, 26th. I'm not so sure if it's actually the 26th, like Katie Proudfoot reported to authorities. Still has not been found. There's some new stuff today. Few things on the Sebastian Rogers case. One, we're going to talk about the United Cajun Navy. They're gone. They're out of there. They left, according to what they're saying. Not so sure if it's true, but seems like they came up to Hendersonville, Tennessee, to that community with those great folks and tried to run the town. And it looks like the town ran them out of town. Looks like the Cajun Navy as the United Cajun Navy. And we don't want to say the Cajun Navy because there is actually some very good Cajun Navies. Matter of fact, I reached out to Cajun Navy 216 and they told me to call them. Cajun Navy 216. They gave me their number and they want me to call them. And I do want to call them because I want to find out what is up with United Cajun Navy 216. Or United Cajun Navy. So many Cajun Navies. There's like 40 of them out there. So confusing. But they basically got ran out of town. Matter of fact, folks, Fox News has a report out. Apparently some locals, a local rancher at the Spur Ranch, he called the cops. He called the cops on United Cajun Navy. And another lady is claiming that she reported them to authorities. A lot of drama. They came in there and my personal opinion, based off everything was well. We were all as a group collectively out there searching for Sebastian, doing actual searches in woods and in creeks and along the railroad tracks and along the river area and everything like that. And everyone was like on board and it was growing momentum. And then United Cajun Navy came in and just kind of like bullied everyone and ran everyone to the ground and misled everyone and was more or less seeking things for themselves. Donations. They wanted donations. Don't give to us. Using good PR. I'll give them some credit. They're good at PR stuff online. They're pretty good. And then the second development, folks, is the ex-wife of Christopher Proudfoot. She speaks to Trevor Lee. He has a YouTube channel called Trev Time. He's a member of our group. He's a moderator in our Facebook group. Trev gets the good stuff. He, has a way of, communicating with people, and very grateful that Nina, the ex-wife of Chris Proudfoot, went on his channel to spill the tea. Talk a little bit about Chris Proudfoot. Man, I'll tell you, I listened to half of it. I didn't listen to all of it because, we're out here trying to bring awareness to Sebastian. I'm doing a lot of things all over. But it's just heartbreaking. She spills the tea and she talks about the abuse by Chris Proudfoot in regards to their daughter, Faith, and other children that she had before she got involved with Chris. I know that, you guys, and I see the comments. I see the comments coming down, heartbreaking, sad. Some of you listened to her. Some of you didn't. If you didn't, I strongly recommend you do. I'll show you his channel. We got 1,800 people in. We're still wondering what's going on with Sebastian. But again, folks, we say this each day. Our army is growing to find Sebastian. And this is a Facebook group. This is basically a depot of information and everything in the latest regarding this case. It is called The Mysterious Disappearance of Sebastian Rogers, Hendersonville, Tennessee. We have 11,500 members, and we are continuing to grow. I will put the link in the description of this video. I strongly recommend everyone join because Trevor Lee's part of our group. I'm in there. We have great admins. We have a separate group of searchers who are in this group that actually went out today and did some searching. A small group, but we hopefully we can get this group to continue to grow. Now that Cajun Navy has been exposed and they seem like they're out of the picture. They came in there and they caused problems, a lot of problems. But it seems like their time is up. And the residents there and the locals that seen firsthand how they're trying to control and intimidate and bully people around, people have had enough. I experienced them. Other YouTubers have. Locals have. People sharing horror stories. You should see my inbox. You should see my inbox. My inbox is flooded with victims and people that have been manipulated, scammed, deceived by the Cajun Navy. A lawyer.
As soon as I heard that the United Cajun Navy was going after JLR, I was like, whoa. Now, I'm going to have to look back in Twitter because I'm pretty sure JLR is charging them with something. Oh, there's also something here that says, this is from T-Rev. They say the Proudfoots moved to Tennessee. Jesus. I'm just looking here, guys. Actually, I can play this while I'm doing some searching here.
Seacore Power. There's some sort of litigation that was going on with Cajun Navy in a case down there in the Gulf of Mexico. Their lawyer reached out to me, wants to talk. I got to reach back out to him. But we don't want to make this about, Cajun Navy. But it's important to know that they seem like they're no longer in the picture. And according to a rancher, according to Fox News, a rancher has called the police on them and called the sheriff on them. And it looks like the Cajun Navy is kind of taunting this guy. Cajun Navy put out a very unhinged statement saying they're going to go at everyone that tried to stop them from doing the search of Sebastian. It's a very unhinged rant. But looking back, folks, I'm going to start here about Cajun Navy's role in this and how they even got into this. Because you remember this picture that we shared on JLR Investigation? Remember this picture we shared? Well, I got a bigger version of this picture. This was during when we were searching last weekend, the actual searching. And this was the Proudfoots. And in this photo here, the Proudfoots were at a barbecue place. And everybody was like, how dare the Proudfoots? While everyone is searching, the Proudfoots are out there eating. And here, what you see here is barbecue joint, pictures at the barbecue joint. Katie on her phone. Looks like there's a picture of Sebastian there, or a flyer. A lot of backlash the Proudfoots got about this pic. Well, Christopher Proudfoot, shares on Nancy Grace what that photo was about. He explains, but he draws the Cajun Navy into this, which is interesting. He draws the Cajun Navy into this, and I want to get this first clip. I want to get this first clip here, and I want you to hear this.
Know that this search was going on. Did you hear from it in your corner doing your search?
Here we go. Oh. We're going to listen to this right here because it's interesting. Because it seems like, and this could be a very strong possibility, it seems like the Cajun Navy, United Cajun Navy, originally came up there on the Proudfoots' request, not Seth Rogers. Like Chris Proudfoot and Katie Proudfoot are the ones that brought the United Cajun Navy up there. And if that's true, and I'm starting to think it is, because in the same Nancy, and I'm going to show you a Nancy Grace interview with them. In the same Nancy Grace interview, the vice president of Cajun Navy is in this panel. He didn't even know who Seth Rogers was. He was confused on Seth Rogers. So my mind is like, whoa, wait a second. I think the Cajun Navy, the United Cajun Navy, came up on the Proudfoots' orders, or on the Proudfoots, on behalf of the Proudfoots. And if that's true, ladies and gentlemen, in my mind, Proudfoots, Christopher and Katie Proudfoot, prime suspect number 1 and number 2. Now, if they came up on to help the Proudfoots, would you go out there and help the United Cajun Navy if the United Cajun Navy is doing searches on behalf of the Proudfoots? I don't know. Proudfoots tells the United Cajun Navy you should look here and there. Where we think the Proudfoots are suspects? I don't know. I think it would be a waste of time. I wouldn't want to be part of any searches that the Proudfoots organized. I would beefs, not with Cajun Navy, but I'd be part of searches United Cajun Navy. I got to keep saying United Cajun Navy. I don't add United Cajun Navy. I don't want to disrespect the other Cajun Navy out there. I'm sure some Cajun Navy do watch JLR Investigates, not United. Well, I'm sure the United Cajun Navy's watching too. They're probably like, we're going to sue you, JLR, for what you said. Yeah, okay, I'm waiting. Let's go. I got receipts, and we're waiting for discovery. We got discovery. So come at me, United Cajun Navy. I don't think you want to go to court with me. I really don't think you do. But the Cajun Navy are good people. So if the regular Cajun Navy or any other volunteers or searchers or anyone affiliated with Seth Rogers, who I like Seth Rogers. I feel Seth Rogers is 100% innocent. I feel Seth Rogers is out there trying to find his son. He's put in the work. He's put in the effort. If they called and said, hey, JLR, help with a search, or any searches that are not affiliated with the United Cajun Navy, yeah, I would help. And so should you. But I'm not so sure. I definitely encourage everyone, do not help the United Cajun Navy. No way. The way they treated me and the way they played dirty and the way they did other YouTubers and the way they did the community. No. The way their scheming is, they don't want openness and transparency. They don't want people to film how they operate. They don't want to see. They want you to see what they really do. What they do is use all of you to do their work, and then they take the credit. They get the airtime. They get the donations and the funds. They get the publicity. Using all of you. Be mindful. A scam. It's almost like I can't say it's a Ponzi scam. It's kind of like a crowdfunding. I don't know what it would be. I'm thinking. Trying to give it like an analogy of what. But let's go back to this interview, folks, because this is how it seems like this is how the United Cajun Navy got brought into this mix. Right here. And this is a Nancy Grace panel.
I mean, I guess I didn't quite get the clarity I wanted in the sense that did the Proudfoots know that this search was going on with the Cajun Navy? Were they being called? Were you guys being alerted about this? Did you hear from a YouTuber that they found something, that the the search dog started jumping? Or, were you just kind of blind to all of this? Just, over in your corner doing your search?
No, ma'am. So here, to set that record straight and help the United Cajun Navy. So somebody's got a picture out there saying that we are enjoying a dinner when we're actually out there, got flyers at a dinner table because we need to eat. My wife was on the phone with the Cajun Navy. That's how the Cajun Navy was brought in. And we talked to the president of the United Cajun Navy. He put us in touch with their team that was here locally in Nashville. Then that young lady reached back out to us, gave us some more information. We gave her some more details. Then they said they would start a search, but we also had them get in direct contact with the TBI agent as well as Sumter County's Sheriff's Department. We provided all that information. They reached out to them, got some information. They pushed outside of the areas that had been searched already, conducted a search. Somehow or another, they linked up with the bio father who supposedly got a tip from somewhere. Whether or not it was credible or not, we don't know. But it led them to searching on federal property without permission, which is where we have been informed at some point that there was allegedly a hit on something, but turned out to be nothing. And they were asked to leave the property immediately or the cops are going to be called because it was trespassing based off of a tip that the bio father received.
Interesting, right? So Chris Proudfoot, and I don't believe anything he says, but maybe he's telling the truth here. Is he telling the truth? How did the United Cajun Navy even get brought into this mix? Well, according to Chris Proudfoot, what you just said is that photo of them inside the barbecue, the BBQ, that's Katie right there. Hello, Cajun Navy. We need your help. We need your help finding Sebastian. Ding, 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 ding-a-ling-a-ling. Hello. Oh, this is the United Cajun Navy. How can I help you? Hi, this is the Proudfoots. We need your help. We need your help. Please come up and help us. Please, we'll tell you where to search. We'll tell you where to look. Just help us. Okay, right on it. Roger, over. And then an announcement. This is the United Cajun Navy. We're going to be part of the search up there for Sebastian Rogers. That seems like that's what happened here. Because look at this clip. I'm going to play you a new clip. Because in that same interview panel, the VP of United Cajun Navy didn't even know who he had to be reminded who Seth Rogers was. He had to be reminded of who Seth Rogers was. Check this out. I'm going to play it right here. I'm going to play it right here. Check this out. And this is kind of insulting. This guy right here, this is the VP. His name's Brian, right? He's a VP of United Cajun Navy. Check this out.
Dogs hit.
Oops, I'm going to start it.
Everybody's going crazy. YouTubers, internet, TikTokers, and we figure out it's not Sebastian, and police are not involved. The TBI is not involved. Did you call the Proudfoots and let them know that this was not Sebastian? Did you tell them ahead of time that you were searching these areas? Did they know what you were doing, or was this specifically just through Seth Rogers?
Yeah, so Seth Rogers is Sebastian's biological father, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so he was there, and as Ms. Grace alluded to earlier, it would not have been typical or possibly even probable that he could have skeletonized after only a few weeks. So I'm not sure about the Proudfoots, but his father definitely did know. I also wanted to echo what Ms. Nancy said earlier about the police. One of the reasons we got called in, there was a lot of social media personalities reaching out to us, kind of complaining that they didn't feel like the police were doing enough. But really, it's just what Ms. Nancy said. It's that they're not under obligation to give daily or every other day updates. They are doing an investigation. We have been in very close contact with TBI, and I can tell everybody with 100% certainty they are on top of it. They are not letting their foot off the gas at all on the search for Sebastian or trying to find out what happened to him. The YouTubers and TikTokers that do live stream probably do the most harm. We appreciate the attention that they bring to things, but when you do a live stream, you don't have any control over what gets seen by potentially the entire world. So we can't tell people what not to do.
This is the thing. This jerk got on here again and wanted to shite on social media. Well, it was social media that got the attention. I guess they just don't want people looking at them. That's the only thing I can come up with.
They have free speech. It's their own accounts they're using. Not helpful to do live streams during searches like that. If you want to do it, do a video that you can potentially edit later, so that we cut down on the amount of misinformation. That's why social media is not necessarily a house. We go in and do search and rescue. You have to trust the process, like we do. We trust law enforcement is going to have this wrapped up probably very soon.
Brian, however, I want to make sure that you are not encouraging citizen sleuths to stop looking, because I've had many cases where we put out the warning and they actually spot a missing person. I mean, I only have to point to Gabby Petito, whose remains were found in dispersed camping way out west by a citizen who had heard about the case. So, sometimes their information is wrong, but there is no way in HELL that I would ask them to stop. And I know that's not where you're headed. Yeah.
No, we don't want them to stop. Matter of fact, it was 2 citizen sleuths that found Riley Strain's bank card out by the bank of the Cumberland River in Nashville. So, like I said, they do provide a service. My only suggestion was maybe not doing live stream, maybe just video, and then you can edit and post later. Just a suggestion.
Hey guys, I don't want to see anything edited. I want to see the whole thing. No edits, no airbrushing, the real deal. Yep. But that's just me.
There you go. Thank you, Nancy Grace. Appreciate it. Nancy Grace wants to see a whole mix, but you notice the point of that, what I said was, one, that live streaming is cool in most people's eyes. United Cajun Navy didn't want anyone to live stream, but they wanted their own people there. They wanted their own people to control everything. control all the searchers, control the narrative, control everything. They wanted everything through the United Cajun Navy because they're the professionals, right? At missing people. Wrong. They might be the professionals at, when disasters hit, getting supplies and getting organized, which there's probably some scheming behind that too. Didn't even investigate that yet. But as far as finding missing people, they're not the pros. They weren't working side by side with law enforcement. All that word trickery that they were telling you, all lies. Matter of fact, they had the cops called on them today. Those people. They had the cops called on them today. But this is also not the first time United Cajun Navy got ran out of town. They got ran out of town before in their last search for missing people. Check this out. You can do your research. You can do your research on the United Cajun Navy. Not the first time United Cajun Navy pulled out of a search. United Cajun Navy got ran out of the Seacor power disaster search too. And then they got sued for misusing donations.
Brutal.
Sebastian Rogers' search continues without them. And I attach an article. Amid tensions, United Cajun Navy withdraws from efforts to find missing Seacor power crew. Group doesn't appear to be parting on good terms with those holding out hope of finding the missing crew. That's a big scandal out of there. Matter of fact, that all types of litigation stuff, and maybe United Cajun Navy, I think maybe won that case, but they definitely got sued because they raised like $400,000, and it didn't go back to the victims. Just like I think, and a lot of people are speculating that their intent was to milk this case, the Sebastian Rogers case, and scam all of the volunteers and all the community, and use volunteers to solicit money from people and to pocket that money. If they're the pros and the professionals, why do you need to donate? Shouldn't they already have the equipment and everything? Shouldn't they have everything? They probably made a buku amount of money with the Riley Strain case, right? My sources told me they only had one boat in that water. I only seen one boat affiliated with Cajun Navy. I've seen other volunteers, but I think it's those type of volunteers that are not connected to Cajun Navy, but they latch Cajun Navy, kind of draws them in and then claims them as part of their team to make people think they're bigger than they are. There was another YouTube video. I don't know what the guy was, but he was like a dive. Have you guys seen the scuba diver YouTuber guy? He actually used my video in part of his video when I was talking about United Cajun Navy was a scam. He was talking about how he was down there, and he was talking about how he was diving under there looking for Riley, and News Nation got a hold of him and was asking where he's going to be, and he told him where he was going to be, and News Nation cameras come up, and then they say, oh, David Flagg, the United Cajun Navy spokesperson, comes down the hill and stands in front of his scuba diving and then acts like, yeah, narcotic diver. See, you guys seen it, Street Justice. Thank you. Narcotic diver. And it says, David Flagg, boom, 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 comes down and says, oh, yeah, we got this going on. We got this. And using this diver as his backdrop, as if the diver is part of United Cajun Navy. It was like a scheme. But that's what they do. And we're figuring them out. They got ran out of town apparently, but, we're going to be on it. I just personally didn't like how, I'm there to film and document. I'm there to bring awareness. And the fact that they even called the police and drew 6 cops on me on some frivolous allegations is egregious. And I'm ticked off about it, and I'm still ticked off about it. So maybe I have a personal bias. This is another person that puts things into perspective of the United Cajun Navy. We want to put these people to light because I don't think this is going to be their last rodeo. They put an unhinged statement, and they said this isn't their first rodeo. They put an unhinged statement. But this person right here in our group, we got the best Sebastian Rogers group. We're just talking about the Cajun Navy right now, but we got a lot of things going on with searches and what's going on in real time. But this person here says something very interesting about the last few days of the United Cajun Navy. They posted a video donating to special needs kids, adults, then graphics of their search, which never happened. Then a weird video filling 11,000 eggs for kids they are dropping from a helo. Then they posted a weird picture of a black dog saying it's injured during a canine search. Everything is a money grab with zero photos of searching. I sense this is the first time I heard the flag guy speak when they were acting like they spearheaded the search for Riley. Everything is about getting donations. Donations. Donate. Come on, donate. Contribute. Sign up. Put you on the mail. Here, let me get your ID and your email. So you can be spammed 100 emails a day about join the United Cajun Navy. Donate. Help us with the cause. Donate. In the meantime, they're racking in hundreds of thousands of dollars, according to and paid taxes since 2019. There's people saying they've already reported them to the IRS.
Wow.
Glad they're gone, but they might not be gone. I don't know. But in the meantime, there is a small group of searchers that are, in our Facebook group. They were out there today. And they went, look at this, search that is separate from United Cajun Navy update. And I attached a video of them, they had flyers, and it was a small group. It wasn't big, but they're out there. They're actually searching. This small group did more searching in one day than United Cajun Navy did in 1 week. So they were out there, and they went to the Texas Roadhouse. This group went to the Texas Roadhouse. Appreciate all of them out there, the small groups. And I think their group is going to continue with their flow. And as the momentum builds. And the community members know that as long as this United Cajun Navy is not involved, that community will come back out and do searches and do actual searches. And they're not asking for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Probably most of them don't even want to be in the limelight. They just want to go out there and find this kid, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers.
Yes.
It's still a mystery. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Here he is with his glasses. Still unknown the truth of what happened here. TBI, Sumner County sheriffs, very, very tight-lipped. They're not revealing much, which leads to a lot of speculation. But the online sleuths right now are in full force. Case is gaining momentum. People want to know, what's up? People want to know what happened. And we're not going anywhere. That's the thing. If the Proudfoots, let me just say this. I don't know if you guys have been following the Summer Wells case. Summer Wells, June 15, 2021, went missing. Rogersville, Tennessee, another Tennessee case. Hawkins County. I think last week we just passed 1,000 days since she went missing. For the last 1,000 days, the internet going at Don and Candace Wells, the prime suspects. Most people feel Don and Candace Wells, the parents, are involved. They analyze what the Wells do to a T and never put the foot off the gas. Boots on their neck, boots on the ground. They don't stop. So the Proudfoots should know at this point, they're at the point of no return as far as the Proudfoots. This is not going to go away. If they think that this is going to die down in a couple weeks, everything will simmer down, everything will quiet out. I think it's just getting started. This is just getting started. It's not going to stop until Sebastian is found. This is not going away. And they're going to analyze everyone to the T. And I'm telling you, like today, Trev Time had Nina up there, Chris Proudfoot's ex. There's going to be other YouTubers and streamers, and they're going to start contacting other people that know the Proudfoots and get them on their channels. And it's just going to keep going and going and going and going until Sebastian, just someone fesses up. Someone comes clean. until this case gets solved. I don't want this to turn into another Summer Wells where it's at that. I still have faith and trust in TBI. They're professionals. A little disappointed it's been 1,000 days for Summer Wells. Hopefully this case doesn't turn into 1,000 days. But if it's 1,000 days, the Proudfoot's going to be reminded every day for those 1,000 days what's going on until there's a resolution here, until there's some answers. When the other people like Trev Time and other people get interviews and stuff like that on this channel, we'll dissect those interviews. We'll clip them up. We'll analyze. We'll inspect. Now, this is Trev Time right here. He was talking to Nina on his YouTube channel. He was talking to Nina, Chris Proudfoot's ex from New Mexico. Let me get the actual channel. Here you go. You can come on to the channel there. It's Trev Time, 7,000 subs. There she is. She speaks. Brave woman. I specifically said, I believe I made a comment somewhere. Yep, there I am, right there. Thank you, Nina, for sharing. You are very brave. Stay strong. I also said Trev Time with the exclusive scoop. Fire. Listen to this video, because this video here provides a lot of insight about the background of Chris Proudfoot, the man who is married to Katie Proudfoot, the man that's been in multiple marriages. And she said some very terrifying things about what went on with Chris, how they got into a relationship, how'd she get out of it, how she got away from the relationship, what's going on now. Because Proudfoot is trying to get some sort of visitations with their child Faith. And she's terrified. How would you feel if you had an ex and your ex is involved with a missing child? Would you want your child in the hands of another person when they're like basically the suspect? No. She has every right to be in fear. And God, I hope. And when we're saying this beyond reporting, I'm saying this as an activist. I'm saying as this of someone that cares. I hope to God that judge does not give Proudfoot any alone custody with that child. Please, judge out there. And maybe if it takes all of you petitioning the judge or sending letters to the judge and saying, don't do it, this is Chris Proudfoot. Because maybe the judge knows, maybe the judge doesn't know.
Yeah, it's my personal choice to put this up because there is always a lot of really good information. Of course, we all kind of go on a bit of a rant. I know I do, but I do totally appreciate the fact that JLR lets me stream his stuff. It gets out for us to see, it gets out, whoever you share it with, they get to see. I put up the Cajun Navy one for sure. I picked that one because they might come back to that area. And if people are watching him, me, or anybody else, maybe a little heads up that there's scammers running around is not such a bad thing. My personal opinion. I can't say it's absolute fact, but it is my absolute personal opinion.
Which I don't think any child at this point is safe around the Proudfoots. No way. No child is safe around the Proudfoots in my eyes, considering the circumstances here. Considering even what Chris said out of his own mouth, how he treated the child, how he treated Sebastian, the belt incident. There's probably many more that we don't know about. We don't know what goes on behind the closed doors. My assessment is Katie kind of maybe just turned a blind eye to what was going on in the house out of fear that Chris would be like, get out. See you later. Remember, we said on the last segment, Chris is the breadwinner in that house. Katie doesn't have much. She doesn't have a family backing like that. Like Chris does. Seems like Chris got all the money. Seems like he's rolling some dope. I heard he's a lot in debt, probably overspends more than his means, whatever. Still got money. A lot better in Katie's situation. Maybe Katie just turned a blind eye to things because she went kicked to the curb. But we still don't understand the relationship between Chris and Katie during this 3 weeks separated. I mean, we would say separate. Chris is working, Katie's home with Sebastian. I would love to be a fly on the wall on their text messages back and forth from the beginning of February all the way up to February 26th. I'd love to be a flyer, a little eavesdropper in their text messages or in their conversations, because I think that Chris possibly gave her an ultimatum with the child, with Sebastian. Said, no, because there's no pictures of Chris and Sebastian. I don't see anything that shows any lovey-dovey between Chris and Sebastian. Not a photo exists that I've seen thus far. Produce it. Chris Proudfoot, if you're listening, and I know you watch JLR Investigates, because sometimes you talk about me in forums. You haven't talked lately. You got any photos with Sebastian, post it. Prove your love for Sebastian. Prove you loved him, because you can't. I don't think you can. I went from you can't to I don't think. No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. So much stuff to decide. I mean, we could just talk here forever. So my whole thing, folks, for me, is if you decide to search, be very careful about going on private property, because it seems like a lot of the locals there in Hendersonville did not want Cajun Navy on their properties. Check this out. Check this out right here. This is a news report by Fox News. Fox News. Cajun Navy calls off search for missing autistic teen Sebastian Rogers amid threats. Sebastian Rogers has been missing for more than a month since he left his bedroom in Henderson barefoot and with a flashlight. Now, I think this is very reckless reporting right here. Sebastian Rogers has been missing for more than a month since he left his bedroom in Hendersonville barefoot with a flashlight. Where's the proof of that besides Katie saying that, or law enforcement? Because law enforcement's not saying it. Katie's the only one that's saying this. So I think this is some reckless reporting here. The search for missing Tennessee teenager Sebastian Rogers has taken another twist, with the volunteer force looking for 15-year-old boy with autism, claiming its members have received threats, forcing them to scale back their search efforts. United Cajun Navy, a non-profit search and rescue group, announced Friday that it had called off its search for the day due to increasing security concerns surrounding its operations in finding Rogers, who has been missing for more than a month. They say today's search for Sebastian has been called off due to increasing security concerns, and with the upcoming Easter holiday, the decision has been made as of this morning to pull back and regroup. The group posted in Facebook. This decision was not taken lightly, made with the safety of all volunteers in mind. We want to thank all the volunteers that plan to be coming out searching today. Now, here's some details of what their threats were about. And you tell me if this was a threat. The post did not go into details about the threats, but Brian Trasher, we talked about him. Remember the VP? We shouldn't believe what the VP says, because this is the same VP that said they found a dead body of a homeless man at the hit where their dog hit at Rockland Recreation Center. The post did not go into detail about the threats, but Brian Trasher, the vice president of the United Cajun Navy, tells Fox News that two of the group's members have received threats. Trasher says that a male volunteer was confronted by a man in a hotel parking lot and intimidated him. A female volunteer, Trasher says, was also threatened over the phone by another man, a recording which he shared with Fox News Digital. In the tape, the man calls up a female volunteer and accuses the woman and another volunteer of driving onto his property and drawing a crowd. He says that he contacted the sheriff's office about the incident. We are letting the community know about you, the man says, claiming that he was making the call to make sure the group aren't doing anything illegal. You guys are just out of control, and we as a community are going to make sure you guys get out of here. That's the threat they claim they received. A homeowner or a property owner telling United Cajun Navy, don't come on my property. You guys aren't welcome here. Leave. And then they say that's a threat. And they make another, claim that somebody confronted them in the parking lot. So people there seem to be ticked off with United Cajun Navy and letting them know how they feel. But then United Cajun Navy turns around and plays the victim. Well, don't you as a property owner have the right to tell somebody not to come on your property if you don't want them on there? Right? You're the property owner. What gives United Cajun the Navy the right to go on someone's property? And how are you go on someone's property and the property owner says, you're drawing crowds. I don't want you here. They don't want them there. They heard about the United Cajun Navy. Oh yeah, they heard about them. So what's even more crazy and unhinged with the United Cajun Navy, and I'm going to show you a second, their statement. Because they put out a statement about this, folks. The United Cajun Navy put out a statement about the residents of Hendersonville. Now, you tell me if this organization is professional with this statement. You decide. You decide. Check this out right here. Look at this. This is wild, folks. They put out this statement after they were told, basically is saying that we're leaving town. But here they go. Anyone who deliberately impedes the investigation and search for Sebastian Rogers will automatically be considered a person of interest, especially when we know those individuals have extensive criminal records. We are finalizing some intel that will be turning over to the law enforcement, and then we will begin the process of exposing those who have actively tried to stop this search. These people are dangerous criminals, and to the good people in and around Sumner County have a right to know about the evil embedded in their community. This is far from our first rodeo. We are honored to have been embraced by prominent members of this community, law enforcement, and elected officials. Just because a handful of mentally ill people with too much free time get emboldened by online keyboard warriors does not mean we will ever stray from our mission. We cannot be scared. We cannot be intimidated. We cannot be told where to go or when to leave. We have had plenty of these violent types slapped with restraining orders, thrown in jail, fired from jobs, and many other consequences. To those who threatened, attacked, or threatened to attack, we have your voices recorded. We have you on surveillance videos. We have your vehicle information. We have your full arrest records. You will soon learn that what happens when attacking the real Cajun Navy becomes more important to you than finding a missing child. Stay tuned. The tiger is on the prowl. I mean, who says that? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They're claiming because, and here's what they did. Here's what's even more crazy what these people did. The person going around for the Cajun Navy that got into an incident with this rancher at the Spur Ranch is this chick right here. And she goes by the name of Riley Lively. Riley Lively. And she's with that Skip guy. Remember that Skip guy right there? The guy that threatened me, the guy that told me he's Skip Butler, but the United Cajun Navy said he was Skip Parker. Their boatman, their airboat guy, they're taking selfies together. Well, this girl here, Riley Lively, right? Riley Lively. She has a TikTok, and she got like 300,000 people close to it. She got a big following. But she had the audacity. I'm not even really necessarily going to show it. But what I'll say is, I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to play it. But she had the audacity, this Riley Lively girl with Cajun Navy, to record the conversation she had with that rancher that told her to get off the property. And she posts his mugshot in an attempt to humiliate him. I posted in our group, a United Cajun Navy member who goes by Riley Lively got into it with a neighbor of the Proudfoots at a nearby Broken Spur Ranch. The ranch owner called United Cajun Navy Riley and told her his feelings about them on his property and told her he called the sheriffs. United Cajun Navy Riley then put his conversation on TikTok in an attempt to humiliate him. And she played the conversation. And she's like, "Oh, we're just at the end of your driveway. What's up, dude?" You know what I mean? And then she puts his address on her TikTok. He should report it, by the way. And puts his mugshot, like the Cajun Navy said they're going to do to these locals that impeded with the investigation. Because they feel like, Cajun Navy feels like they can just go anywhere they want on any property they want. Like they went on that federal property where their dogs supposedly got the hit. Oh, man, it's so frustrating. But we keep it real on this channel, man. We keep it real. The locals want nothing to do with United Cajun Navy. And, you know, there's some, they got a small minority people in some of the groups, and some have even blamed me. Oh, I'm the one that incited people on. No, we're just sharing what we see with our own eyes and let you guys decide. I give you my opinion, but I'm not forcing anyone to make a decision. You could see for yourself. Volunteers have told me they went there and there was no search. They would meet at a parking lot of a bowling alley. The bowling alley where Katie took Sebastian. They'd go to a parking lot and just sit there. And then they would do these like they would scatter people off. But they weren't really doing searches. And then they'd come back and say, "We're doing searches." Or "We done searches." They had like one airboat there in the parking lot that I saw. Nothing serious. It was all show. It was all for show. So what happened was local residents some were being turned away. They started doing their own searches. They said, "Screw you, United Cajun Navy. We're gonna find this kid. You're wasting time. Been out here for a week. What have you accomplished? Nothing." They're not certified to do this. Like people think, oh, United Cajun Navy are the professionals. They're certified SAR. No, they're not. They're no different than me, you, or anybody. They're a 501c organization. Their goal was to solicit funds. Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. And like, here's another one. Look at this. Here's another one. And I'm showing examples on my Twitter. A volunteer traveled to the United Cajun Navy search for Sebastian Rogers and didn't feel welcome. I traveled all the way from hours away to help search for Sebastian or put up flyers for him. A member of the United Cajun Navy was heard talking bad about me because I checked my phone too many times. Is this stopping me from searching or putting up flyers? No, because I want to find Sebastian foremost. However, I don't feel welcomed at the search point anymore, let alone be appreciated. Sebastian deserves better. So does the Rogers family. So does the Rogers family deserve better. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think the Rogers family would have been in better hands with the community that knows that area the best. Not some outside 501c that doesn't even have any ties to that state. I think the community there, the community members, know their community the best. And they were willing to do that. That's the thing. They were willing to do it. I seen it with my own eyes when I was there. We used this platform that drew a lot of people. Other people used their platforms that drew a lot of people. The word was getting out. Locals were coming in mass. And they messed everything. This outside organization that has a shady history comes in and disrupts it all. It's bad because the Rogers and the community didn't deserve it. But guess what, folks? That's just a blip on the radar. I do think that the community is strong. I do think the community is coming back, and they will be out there searching tomorrow. I'm told they're going to be out there searching. Don't know the location at this time. I'll put it up on my Twitter. I'm looking around now to see if there's any, while I'm on here, I'm looking to see if there's any updates in reference to searches. But when it comes down to it, folks, Sebastian could be anywhere. Still want to try to understand what time Katie and Sebastian left the Texas Roadhouse and what time the vehicle returned home. They could be anywhere, but keep in mind, folks, that the distance between the Texas Roadhouse, where Katie and Sebastian's last location, and the Stafford Court. It's 5.7 miles away. So we have to understand what time that vehicle returned back from Stafford Court. We have to understand that because that can give us an idea. But this is only, according to driving, about a 10 to 15 mile drive. You can go multiple different ways. Sebastian could be anywhere in between here, folks. Anywhere. But here's the problem. You can't just go onto people's property and trespass. So I know people care. Maybe try to reach out to, if you feel like there's a certain area or something, you driving around those routes and you see like a dirt road that goes off that looks suspicious or looks like someone could be dumped. Try to get permission. Try to get permission to go. You know, share with the property owners and show Sebastian's flyer. Go knock on the door and just ask. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing illegal about taking a flyer and going up to someone's door, knocking and asking and saying, hey, do you mind if I look? Because I think if you ask, they'll let you. Don't get into problems like United Cajun Navy had with just trespassing on private property, like that ranch owner I said, like the federal property at Rockland Recreation Center. Just go on property thinking they're entitled. Dun, dun, dun. We can do it. We're the United Cajun Navy. We can just trample anywhere we want. No, you can't do it. Can't do it. So if you feel like there's a location, ladies and gentlemen, that you want to help and make a difference, or you feel like something, you just feel like you see like a little dirt road or something, an outhouse or a shed or whatever, don't go in building structures that's not yours without consent. I wouldn't do it. Try to just reach out to the owner or reach out to property owner, property manager, renter, whatever. Get permission. Because if you get permission, you show a picture of Sebastian, there's good chances that you will not get denied. People understand. Plus, you know, we're trying to keep his name out there the best we can. YouTube creators are doing it now. Proudfoots are getting exposed all over the place. And, you know, if they're innocent, if the Proudfoots are clearly innocent, please, they should come out and speak more and share and set the record straight. Because if that quietness and that thing is just going to make it worse for him. It's just going to make it worse for him. You can't just think this is going to go away. We're a missing child like this. It's not. It's not going to go away. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Thanks for everyone for watching tonight. JLR Investigates. We had a good constructive conversation tonight, right?
Yep.
Appreciate the support. I see a lot of people, a lot of members. I'm reading your comments on the left. If you got anything firsthand knowledge you want to share, you want to set the record straight, shoot me an email, JLR Investigates.
Okay, let me do this. Oh, no, we can come back.
So,
Come back.
Local here has been doing the searches around Texas Roadhouse. Just sent me a message. I'm sharing your message. I know you're watching, Cheyenne. Cheyenne, I know you're watching. Cheyenne says, would you come back up here to help us locals? We have a huge search happening Monday due to the holidays. Some of us can't do the weekend, unfortunately. Okay. So Cheyenne, who is kind of like one that just took it amongst herself, and she's out there looking. She's a few group of people. She's claiming that they're going to be a big search on Monday. So if you are in the area, first off, come to our group, and then we'll put updates. I'm going to show you the link to our group again, and I'll actually put the group in the where's my Facebook? Okay. So yeah, she sent me a message here. She sent me a message right here. And come to our group. We're going to post details about this search on Monday. And maybe I'll even get Cheyenne on a YouTube maybe in the next day, and then she can explain what the goal is here, where you guys can meet. You know, I don't know if she's camera shy or what. I'll find out, or I'll just get some details and share with all of you. Join this group. We'll get updates. I think we'll start the searches. Search continues. Sebastian's out there somewhere. He's out there somewhere. Kids just don't vanish. It is Easter. You know. Spend time with your family. Be safe, but also keep Sebastian's name out there. We're invested in this case. I'm invested in this. This is the only case I'm covering right now. because it's just like, this kid needs to be found. And it's just all fishy. It's all fishy. It's not right. And we can't let this just die out. We can't let this case go cold. We can't. We can't let this case go cold, guys. You know? Someone needs to be held accountable. Someone did something. I don't think this kid just ran off. There's no evidence of that. This kid, where would this kid run off? Why? You'd have found him by now. It's not like that. And I hope that the TBI and Sumner County sheriffs don't close this case as just a runaway. Case closed. But I don't think so, because when you got somebody like Seth Rogers, who I saw, he ain't letting this go away. He ain't letting this go away. Seth is like the savior here, because if Seth wasn't in the picture, and if Chris and Katie Proudfoot, if Chris was the biological father to Sebastian, Chris and Katie Proudfoot, and Seth wasn't in the mix here, you know, these parents, this case could go away quickly. But it's not. Plus, you got a whole army of people up in Hendersonville. Nice community. Very friendly. I went to 3 businesses when I stayed in that that town, Goodsville or something like that, right there, a little bit near down the street from the Proudfoots. I stayed at the Quality Inn. Like I told you guys, the Quality Inn, the clerk, when I checked in, automatically said that the stepdad and Katie were guilty. I went to the McDonald's, guilty. They thought they were guilty. I went to the Exxon to get gas, went in there, paid cash, guilty. The whole community thinks they're guilty. Chris put something weird on his Facebook, by the way. Did you guys see that message that he put, like with creepy music, and it's like, I'm an animal and cornered animal and everything like that, is the most unpredictable and dangerous people, all this scary music like Ransom. Weird stuff. I feel like basically Chris Proudfoot is isolated. I don't think anyone's supporting Chris Proudfoot right now. I think all his friends, all, you know, people around him, maybe his mom. I think people closest to him are said, no. We don't want none of, we're not co-signing this. We're not being around you, dude. No one has been rallying and supporting him. Isolated. What's that mean? You're just gonna be like that the rest of your life? Something got to give. Good night, everyone. We'll talk soon. JLR Investigates. Sub to the channel, like, hit the notification button. What is your email?
Okay, so I'm going to put this back. So, new search underway for Sebastian Rogers as investigators confirm glasses found were not his. So those glasses that they found that we've all been wondering about, they are not Sebastian's. A pair of glasses found in the area where teenager Sebastian Rogers disappeared in Tennessee did not belong to him. Investigators confirmed on Wednesday morning. A new search has begun in the area where the autistic 15-year-old disappeared more than 5 weeks ago. Yeah, I had heard that they were going to be searching the neighborhood again. A press briefing, and we watched that earlier, confirmed the glasses had been found with an investigation underway. Our Wednesday morning SCSO issued an update saying it wanted to clarify that the glasses recently found are not related to Sebastian Rogers. In a statement, SCSO said it and other agencies were conducting another search. Conducting another search of the area close to where the 15-year-old vanished on February 25th. Despite exhaustive efforts, there are no new leads or evidence to indicate the search will immediately be fruitful. However, we are committed to leave no stone unturned in our mission to locate Sebastian and bring him home safely. Bit by bit by bit. Exactly, Shauna. Yeah, exactly. You're good. So, oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. So, if you're not fond of JLR, here is your warning. We got about a half hour more.
Let's talk, folks. I'm going to share some photos and images of this search that is underway right now looking for Sebastian. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, everyone, missing 15-year-old with autism. Hendersonville, Tennessee. Authorities are out. Also, folks, let's talk about the glasses. Let's talk about the glass. Everyone wants to know about these glasses, if they belong to Sebastian or not. Well, I got some new information that was shared on another podcast that we're going to share because this gets juicy. This gets good, folks. But first, I want to show you that they put out an alert. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office has put out an alert. You hear this first on YouTube. JLR Investigates. We are on this. We are monitoring this situation. In our Facebook group, ladies and gentlemen, is already showing images that are starting to pop up of law enforcement setting up a command center. Now, it's interesting with what they say here. Attention resident and community members. Law enforcement agencies are currently conducting another thorough search in the Long Hollow Pike area in reference to the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers, a young member of our community. Despite exhaustive searches, there are no new leads or evidence to indicate the search will be immediately fruitful. I like those words, immediately fruitful. However, we are committed to leaving no stone unturned in our mission to locate Sebastian and bring him home safely. Interesting. Yesterday, press conference, nothing new on the press conference, though they said they're going to continue to search for Sebastian. And now suddenly at the crack of dawn, folks, they are mobilizing. They are searching. They are getting ready to search. This is a law enforcement. It looks like this is a law enforcement. Look at that. Look what they're bringing in. Look what they're bringing in, folks. Do they expect to search these ponds and lakes in that area? Oh, we also have a four-wheeler, right? Off-road type of vehicle. Yeah, good morning. This is big, though. This is big. I mean, is this, you're letting the community know you're searching. However, there are no new leads yet. You are searching for 15-year-old Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, and we've been covering this. Now, let me show you exactly where Long Hollow Pike is. And we're going to talk about the glasses. We're going to talk about the glasses because Seth Rogers spoke on a podcaster's channel, a YouTuber's channel named Novelty last night, and revealed where the glasses were found. And it's very interesting where these glasses were found, for sure. And we'll talk about that shortly. But let's talk about what's going on with the law enforcement aspect. So, if any of these people out there, and you know who they are, right? Well, I'll actually say it. The United Cajun Navy puts out alerts and says that we're helping with the law enforcement with the search of Sebastian. You know it's bogus. This is a law enforcement search, and law enforcement, I said yesterday, they do not speak to the United Cajun Navy. Or they are working on their own. Nothing to do with this case. Just to throw that out there, because there's going to be people that might be coming out of the woodwork trying to take credit for this search. Trying to take credit. So this is where the Proudfoots live. Stafford, this is no secret. It's put out there. this development here. Law enforcement said they're searching Long Hollow Pike, which is the road right outside into the Proudfoots development. And let me put you on the map and just show you like kind of what the terrain looks like. You could be searching. Now, how far are they going to be searching? We've discussed on JLR Investigates. Let's expand out. We've discussed on JLR Investigates how Katie Proudfoot was down at the Texas Roadhouse on the night of the 25th. Last really known sighting of Sebastian. Katie claims they came home and, she told Sebastian to go to bed. She went to bed at midnight. She wakes up 6 a.m. He's gone. While they're searching along this area here of Long Hollow Pike, mobilizing, are they going to go all the way up to Gallatin? And, there's a lot of things about Gallatin that is interesting because with this new latest development with glasses, because the glasses of Sebastian, or claiming they're going to be Sebastian's, I'm not so sure they are Sebastian's. Seth says 90% chance that they could be Sebastian, but he's also saying there's a chance they could not be Sebastian, but they were bagged and tagged. That's what he said. They were found in Gallatin. And it's an interesting where they were found, and we will talk about that. But Long Hollow Pike. Long Hollow Pike. So the main drag. Interesting. Now, Nick Barris, News 5. He got the exclusive with Craddock yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw it, but he put out a tweet, or he put out a Facebook message this morning. He's also talking about the search. Let's see what he has to say. So Nick Barris put this out on Facebook just less than 20 minutes ago. I've learned of a new massive search effort underway this morning to look for Sebastian Rogers. Here are exclusive details on what is a large new response by professionals with boots on the ground looking for Sebastian. So this is not a volunteer search, folks. This is a law enforcement search. This coming one day after authorities vowed to step up the search effort. True to the word, it's happening this morning. This morning, there is a staging area across from the Shackle Island Volunteer Fire Department near Hendersonville neighborhood where Sebastian disappeared more than 5 weeks ago. I'm told dozens of professional searchers have been called in by the Sumner County EMS to canvass the entire area. A 6 to 10 mile radius. We are talking sheriff deputies, firefighters, and more coming in from counties across Middle Tennessee to help. So far, we've seen several officers, 2 boats, utility vehicles already at the staging area. This is not in response to any new lead or tip. Okay, so again, anyone that claims out there that they gave law enforcement a tip, or anyone out there that claims they gave law enforcement something, they found something to, trigger this, is lying. That's according to the authorities. This is the authorities only search. They're going because they have not received any new lead or tip. They're doing this for their own reasons. The plan is simple for them to recanvass the area already covering, look for anything that perhaps was missed during the original search, or maybe something new that's appeared. Again, this will be an organized grid-style search by authorities or by professionals. Residents in the neighborhood will see these officers out walking in the area. It's expected to take all day today and maybe into tomorrow. The Sumner County Sheriff reports, and then we read that report. I will be monitoring this latest search effort for any new developments. So they are in the neighborhood, folks. They're in the neighborhood, and it's Long Hollow Pike, and the staging area is across the street from, here's where the Proudfoots live. It looks like the staging area is right across the street from the Shackle Island Volunteer Firehouse. What's interesting is it's right by the school. Isn't it right by the school? in Sebastian affiliated with this particular school? I never knew that. Was Sebastian affiliated with this school here? Here it is, folks. Long Hollow Pike. What's going to happen with this search? We are monitoring the situation. We also got boots on the ground monitoring as far as watching what's going on. The professionals are doing their work. This is not volunteers that are doing anything, and I don't even think they want volunteers in that general area. This is a professional grid search. My advice, you can monitor it, stay away, and don't impede on them, and don't bother them in their searches. Don't bother them. Don't impede. You can sit there and monitor it, be at a distance. They probably set up perimeters, probably at one distance, because you know the media is going to be out there filming it, like we were trying to do with the other searches, right? Law enforcement has no problem probably with secret or no problem filming searches, right? Not like that other people that wanted secret searches where they want to be filmed. I don't think law enforcement's going to have a problem with somebody at the back at a perimeter and putting a camera on the road and filming. And that's what you're going to see. Seems like they're being open and transparent with this situation. But I want to share something with you. So we are our membership and our group has grown since we last went live. Remember what we said yesterday? It was an 18,000 Facebook group. We are now, ladies and gentlemen, at 19,000, 20,000, more or less, 19,900. We have a Facebook group dedicated to finding Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. And this Facebook group has almost 20,000 members. So we have people in the group monitoring the situation and also locals that are from the area. And we are trying to get an understanding of what exactly they're going to do. I'd love to be there. But guess what? I am going there. JLR Investigates. I actually announced on Twitter, and I'll show you. But I ain't going up to tomorrow. And I planned this. And I said, I'm going to go up there and recover the search because this needs to be talked about. Not this search, but just in general, the Sebastian Rogers case, and document what in the world's going on. But I put that tweet out last night. I'll be back in Tennessee this weekend covering the Sebastian Rogers case. Stay tuned for updates. So I'll be there this weekend. I don't know how long this search that authorities are doing will last. Maybe there would be no need to go up there in a sense if they find something. Maybe they find Sebastian today. Maybe today is the day that they find him or find some clues of Sebastian. Was it foul play? Did he run away? Was he kidnapped? Is this criminal or not? Now, let's talk about something very, very interesting I want to put together here.
Is there anything that you can't?
All right. So, Seth Rogers spoke on a podcast or a YouTuber's Novelty. So, if you want to check out that full interview with Novelty, here, I'll show you his YouTube channel. Because I took a clip off his channel because I think this is very important. And it's interesting. It is interesting because glasses were found. But now we know. Let me find his channel. Now we know where the glasses were found. Are they Sebastian's or not? Let me actually get here. Man, I woke up this morning with all this news and I'm like, whoa. All right, I'm going to get this guy's YouTube channel so I can show it to you. And we can see exactly where it's. His name is Novelty. So while we're looking, I will actually try to find his channel. But he is someone that talked to Seth Rogers. And Seth shared some information about the glasses. Now, I want you to listen to this, folks. About the glasses.
Is there anything that you can say about any new details because of this update that they just gave us this morning? Is there anything that you can say to us that you could provide?
Well, my volunteers are the ones that found the glasses.
Whoa, wait. Your volunteers?
Sebastian's army.
Wait, time out. They didn't, hold on, PD and their search team didn't find the glasses? Your volunteers found it?
My volunteers found it, yes. I didn't watch the press conference. They say that they found them.
Your volunteers found the, and let me ask you, since you're his father, can you confirm that it is his glasses? Like, just by looking at it, can you confirm?
I looked at the glasses and I had them bag and tag them, because if they're not his glasses, they are really close. I mean, they're close enough that I asked them to bag and tag them and take them in as evidence. I'd say I'm 90% sure, but there's always that 10%, not to mention I haven't got to see my son's glasses in a month and like 3 weeks.
Right.
So they're not really fresh in my mind. And they didn't seem to have a lot of wear and tear on them. And they were only scratched around the nose piece. So I don't know.
And
could they be his? Yes. Could they maybe not be his? Yes. Am I waiting for the test to come back? Yes.
So from what we've heard, they are not his. That's what we've been hearing.
so they're doing a DNA test on these glasses, correct?
Well, they're doing whatever test they need to do.
Yeah. So
I'm pretty sure that they will see if there's any DNA on them, and I'm pretty sure they'll check the prescription lenses with his last prescription.
Okay. And I do have an address that you said that where the glasses was, and it's at 210 Hutch, correct?
Yeah, so it was, like I said, I wasn't with my volunteers when they found them. They turned around and let somebody know. I turned around, said, send me the pictures, let me see them. They sent them to me. I was like, those are, the pictures look like my son's glasses. Flagged down a deputy sheriff and had him wait for my volunteers to show up to give them to him, so there'd be a chain of evidence.
Right.
Okay. 210 Hutch. 210 Hutch. I incorrectly said the YouTuber's name. I called him Novelty. People are saying Navi. I'm just going to show you where the interview is so you can go see the full interview yourself. Took a clip off him. This is his channel. He talked to Seth Rogers yesterday. So Navi, they call him Navi. I said Novelty. So I incorrectly said his name before. Go check it out. You could see the full interview. So Hutch, what's going on at 210 Hutch? What's going on at 210 Hutch? This is strange. I'm going to tell you where Hutch is. It's in Gallatin. But you're going to be shocked to know where these glasses are, and I'm about to show you. You're going to be shocked where these glasses were found. First off, I'm going to map it right here. These are where the glasses are found. On Hutch. So it's about 13 miles to the east of where the Proudfoots lived. 13 miles to the east of where the Proudfoots lived. But let's examine here, because Houston we have an interesting situation. Is it a problem? Houston, we have a problem. The reason why I say this is they're claiming the glasses were found in this area. But you know what, folks? I'm not going to say the exact address, but the Bowersox live on this street. The Bowersox, Terry and Kathy Bowersox, live on Enoch Way. So what in the world is going on here? What in the world is going on here? If that's true, is Seth Rogers saying, I think he confirmed it. Did it sound like he confirmed it? They said Hutch. Are they trying to say that volunteers found glasses that they think belong to Sebastian Rogers in the same neighborhood as where the Bowersox live? I don't know. You would have to ask the volunteers. These are volunteers that are separate from law enforcement. I have a lot of things to say about that. But I'll let it all play out and see what happens with that one. I mean, if they are Sebastian's glasses and they found glasses a block from where the Bowersox live, because the Bowersox lives there, then that is big. There's something going on. And there could be something going on numerous fronts. And I could come up with all types of scenarios. But I'm not going to do that at this time. It's let the law enforcement play that out. They said they got, somebody said planted. Someone said planted. Give me your theories on that. Interesting, right? I certainly hope that no one is planting things in this case. No matter how you feel about anyone, please don't get it that involved where you start planting things to set people up. That's not the way to do it, folks. Not the way to do it. But if they are legitimate, then there's a serious needs to be looked at too. That's why I said, when I think about this and think like, someone might not like the Bowersox out there and plant and tell people where something is or found. But this stuff is getting weird in reference to that. Do not plant evidence out there if anyone is thinking about setting someone up. It will backfire. They will run tests, DNA, and all types of things. But they said that glasses were found and they got bagged right by the Bowersox home. Interesting. We will monitor that. Or are they legitimately Sebastian's glasses? Or did someone obtain a separate pair of glasses of Sebastian's and start putting things in place? I could come up with any scenario. We're not pointing fingers here. We're just trying to find a kid. But don't do it illegally. Don't do it illegally. Please. It's not worth going to prison for. It's not going to worth jail. And, if you're putting things in misleading law enforcement and wasting their resources, that's a problem. You have a big problem. It's not cool. Also, it's not cool at all out there. Anyone, for any situation with this case. Again, like I've always said, if the Katie Proudfoot, who I feel in this case is a suspect, I'm sure a lot of you do too. The fact that she shares these chain of events, if that ends up being a lie, or whoever's responsible for this has come, out forward and told the world a lie, shame on them for wasting everyone's resources. I have a problem with resources being wasted. Toying with people's minds and emotions, keeping the community in a panic. Whenever you hear a missing child, the community rallies. JLR rallies. to try to find the kid. You guys know that. You guys do it. You guys are paying attention. But to lie to law enforcement or waste their time or set them on a goose chase is wrong. It's wrong. You're putting law enforcement's life on the line. They got families, and they're out there searching for answers. They could get hurt. They could get injured. We're going to figure out what happened here. They are out there searching today. A organized search for people that are just jumping on. There is a search this morning. Now, let me see if I can get any new photographs of any staging grounds or anything like that. It looks like this search is probably only going to be for a day or two. Maybe they find something, though. You know, theory for me is if they were going to find a body, it'd probably be most likely right off, with this situation, probably right off a road. I've always said on prior lives, you know, all the way from where Chris Proudfoot works, along I-40, if you're going to find Sebastian, you know, probably less than a mile either way on either side of the road or off a road or access, because Sebastian weighed over 100 pounds, you know, and I don't care how strong you are. I mean, it's a lot of weight carrying someone for a long distance, if that's the scenario. We still don't know what happened. Maybe Sebastian wandered off. I doubt he wandered off. I think that's the least probable in my mind. But they don't know. They don't know. See, people are saying someone corrected the address and saw the one listed. We're talking about the glasses being found. I'm not so sure about these glasses, man. I wouldn't play games with law enforcement like that. I just wouldn't play. And then also, you know, finding glasses in a residential neighborhood with a bunch of people near the Bower Sox, it's just weird. It's just weird. Let's be real. That's just weird. Again, I hope nobody planted anything. I mean, please don't do it, because authorities are going to look into that. It's just weird. Just weird. So, yeah, that's the update with the search. I'll come back on a little bit if they actually do any live streams or any type of, anything that's going on with this case. I don't see any other updates, though. I was the first to break this besides as far as like a media outlet. I beat Nick Barris to it, actually. I tweeted out before. Oh, look. Okay. Now we got more. Now we got other media arriving to the scene. This was just put out. So we got a large presence of Sumner County law enforcement and EMA are gathering at Long Hollow Church to start another day searching for 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers. An SCSO deputy told me nothing new sparked the search. So don't let people online fool you. Because a lot of times there's people out there that fake it, right? And say, oh, we gave information that led to the search and something. You heard it from reporters who said they spoke to law enforcement and said nothing new. And they also put it out on their own tweet. Nothing new sparked this. So something tells me there'll be that wacky organization that tries to take credit for this somehow to solicit funds. Here's the search area. Command center. So you got probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 25, 30 or 40 people here thus far. Sumner County EMA. Someone asked, who are the Bower Sox? The Bower Sox, Terry and Kathy Bower Sox, are the Chris Proudfoot's parents. They live in Gallup. And according to Seth Rogers and speaking on a YouTuber channel, Navi, Nove, Novice. What's it called? Navi City? How do I say that? Spoke with Seth and confirmed glasses were found. He threw out an address. More or less, it sounded like Seth confirmed it. Hutch, 210 Hutch. Round the corner from the Bower Sox. Weird. Way east. Weird. I think that's weird, but we'll see what happens out of that. We'll see what happens out of that. Look, they even got a food truck. They brought in a food truck too. So, command center, this is serious business. This is nothing to joke about. This is nothing to joke about. When you got all those resources back out. But it kind of reminds me of the summer well search. You know, TBI and everyone did this big, thorough search. And then they actually went back in the wintertime, right? When the leaves were down to redo a search. Always good to do twice, right? Because your eyes can miss something. You could be looking around and you could find something, or, you know, the second time around or not find anything at all. But it's good to actually Long Hollow. So let's continue to see these pictures that are surfacing. Law enforcement, and they got the boats and they got the off-road vehicles here. Yep, they're out. They're out and about. They're out and about searching. Law enforcement search, folks. Sumner County Emergency Services. It's a law enforcement search. Emergency management. Now, there's some rumors out there that the Proudfoots are selling their home. I haven't, the people are throwing out that they potentially could be selling their home. I haven't seen nothing of that. I've been looking on the Zillows and different things. I haven't seen anything about an actual listing put up. So I don't know if that's just rumor. I just wanted to throw that out because people are saying that in the chat. What about the Proudfoots moving? What about the Proudfoots moving? At this time, I think it might be a rumor, though. You know, after these type of events happen, a lot of people do move away. And if I was the Proudfoots, regardless of whatever happens in this case, I would think that they would probably move away. I can't see how they could remain in their neighborhood after this, just because of just the whole circus and everything and what happened through the whole neighborhood and the neighbors, how the neighbors feel and everything like that. They would probably want to move. And most people would probably move, though the Laundries are still at their home. Christopher and Roberta Laundry is still at their home. Every time I drive through that area, I always just periodically drive by to see what's up. Yeah, the Laundries, by the way, put all these like big giant trees in front of their house, so you can't see their house. Very, very strange. Whatever. JLR investigates. Okay, so we do know a search is underway. I'll keep you informed. I'll come back on. Just wanted to jump on. We did an early one this morning. Sub to the channel, hit the notification button. I'm almost trying to get up myself. But we cover the Sebastian Rogers case. I will be up there. I got a lot of things and people that I'm talking to up there in reference to getting exposure out for Sebastian. So I will be in that area in the next couple days. Tomorrow, I'm actually leaving tomorrow to go. Actually, now I wish I could have went up there sooner. We need a media outlet to, put their camera up so we can see what law enforcement's doing. But you know what? They're in a parking lot, folks. Here's the difference. Here's the difference between law enforcement, and I have a serious gripe with United Cajun Navy about their shady and fraudulent practices. But here's the difference between a law enforcement search and United Cajun Navy. United Cajun Navy didn't want anyone to film or document what they're doing. They'd call the police on people that would put any cameras up on them because of what they weren't doing and telling people what they were doing. Here you have numerous media outlets there, and the law enforcement has no problem with media there, fall back and just record at a distance. They're not telling media to get away. That's the difference, folks. Transparency and openness. So maybe we'll see some searches going down the road, probably will, but they'll probably tell media to, fall back, set up a little spot along the road there and, put your cameras down and so we can see what's going on. All that secrecy before and all that chaos before last week was nothing but drama. It was an excuse not to show what was really going on. We exposed what was really going on. And now law enforcement is back out sharing what they are doing. Sub to the channel, like, hit the notification button. JLR Investigates. We'll talk soon. I'll be back on a little bit. Good morning, everyone. Hopefully Sebastian is found. You guys have a great day. Be safe.
Alrighty then. Okay, so we learned quite a bit. Of course, always have more questions. I'm going to be watching for any kind of updates. I just made another appointment for tomorrow. I had a bunch of dentistry done, and they warned me about one tooth. It's giving me a little trouble, so I'm going to go get it yanked in the morning. So I'll be streaming a little bit later tomorrow morning. And depending on whether or not I can get this under control, I will be looking at something else this evening. So you guys, you know how much I appreciate you. And thanks for joining me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.